it's not just the IT worker. It started with the IT worker. No, not attorney, judge. The judge, like, it started off with him snapping at the IT worker, but it, like, more and more has come out about him where basically he is like a draconian judge and he just like rips apart anyone for no good reason, basically abusing his authority is what it boils down to. He's he's kind of he's the fucker is power tripping. He is 100% power tripping, and it's come to, it's brought a lot of attention lately, and I don't know if something happened to him, but Legal Mindset put out a video on him yesterday. And I'm kind of curious because Legal Mindset said that the petty judge faces justice. I'm wondering if something happened with at least I think this is the judge that we're talking about. Now, I could be dead fucking wrong. This could be an entirely different judge, in which case that brings up an even larger conversation. But I suspect it's the judge that is acting like a power-hungry little bitch. That's my suspicion. But let's see. It's actually a pretty brief video, so let's jump in.
Rude Texas judge Nathan Milliron is now fined for some misgivings. We're going to get at today on the Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney.
Just fined. So he only received fines. I'm sorry, that's not enough. That's not enough for me. I'm sorry. It depends. No matter what the fine is, I'm sorry, that's not enough. But let's go into, I'll wait for the PP.
And this is a Fast Facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. So getting into it today, our defendant in this, the character here, is Judge Nathan J. Milliron, looking very smug there in this photo of the 215th District Court in Texas. Now, before we get into the videos, because there are multiple videos of this guy being absolutely an arrogant prick, unprofessional, on the bench.
It was not simply him being an arrogant prick. This guy thought his shit don't stink. This guy thought he was a literal king. Okay, the way this judge acted, he literally acted the way, with all the no fucking kings protests going on there, this motherfucker actually acted like he was a goddamn king. Oh, 100%. The power went straight to his fucking head, and he absolutely should be removed from the bench. Like, just a fine? I've seen several clips of him just like going off for no fucking reason. I absolutely think that he needs to be removed from the bench. Mentally, he is not capable of dispensing justice. I do not think that he has the mental faculties to be able to even-handedly dispense justice as a judge in the United States. I 100% believe that.
Let's look at the relevant standards
and
for
judges.
Mudang
behind
judges have a higher standard that they're held to. So in our opening statements, we get into the judicial standard. The standard is under the Texas rules, the Texas Code of Judicial Conduct under Canon 3B4, is that a judge shall be patient, dignified, and courteous to litigants, jurors, witnesses, and lawyers, and others with whom the judge deals with in an official capacity. So while we're watching these videos, let's think, is he being patient, dignified, and courteous? I will leave this up to you guys. And here's the first video where he goes viral.
This one.
For
okay.
berating.
By the way, is the volume loud enough for you, or do you need me to turn up the volume? Can you guys hear okay? I know Andrew's been kind of quiet, but overall, are you okay? You're able to hear okay? All
right. IT worker.
Of course you don't.
And you're disjoined from the audio here, right?
Yeah, should be.
Let me see. Sorry.
Mariah, did I make this up?
No. 5 seconds. 1 second. You don't have to go far. You're disjoined. Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay. False alarm.
No, it wasn't a false alarm.
False negative. Sorry.
Don't joke around. I'm serious about this. It was happening. I can't.
I understand. I'm just saying I can't see it, sir.
We're good. Thank you. Get out of my courtroom. Fine case supervisor.
Yeah. This judge flips out because he has a tech problem. The guy fixes it in 2 seconds, and he's like, "Are you calling me a liar?" Which begs a couple questions. Number one, who shoved the king scepter up his ass and made him think that he's king of everything. Number two, if he's getting that defensive about the perception of he made something like the IT guy like made like a joke to kind of jokingly insinuate that he made something up with his like false negative, and he immediately goes, "Are you calling me a liar?" If he is that fast to get that defensive, what has he lied about? What skeletons are in his closet that he may have lied about? What judgments has he made that he knows were not proper judgments, but he did it anyway? And he's basically, he's got the angel and the devil on his shoulders at war with one another. If he's going to go off that hard about a casual joke about, oh, it was a false negative or a false positive, and he, like making a little bit of a joke. Yeah, there's something going on in this guy's background that elicited that response, because he basically took that as the IT guy just called him a liar. But the IT is just kind of doing a light joking around. So why is he getting so defensive so fast? What has he lied about that he suddenly is snapping like this, that he's terrified of people finding out about?
Jesus Christ. Sick and tired of this bullshit today.
Very, very, very unprofessional behavior there
from
Judge Milliron. Once again, the guy was trying to make some banter there, some friendly banter there. He was not trying to actually say he was an idiot or he was doing something, horribly, horribly wrong. Just, trying to make some lighthearted banter, obviously trying to be casual and friendly. And the judge decided to berate him, to be rude to him, and to threaten his job. Absolutely unprofessional behavior. And after this video went viral and got out there, even more video of his behavior in the courtroom has surfaced. Check out this video, which shows an encounter with attorneys in his courtroom where he is being equally petty.
Those are the overlapping stores between the stores outlined.
You're wasting my time this morning.
No, Judge. I mean, we have an overlapping issue in these two cases.
They don't seem to be that overlapping to me.
Well, we have the same parties.
You want to go to Jefferson County because you want Jefferson County jury.
Oh, I mean, Judge, we're the defendants in the case.
Okay.
We're they're the plaintiffs. We haven't filed either one of these cases. They filed this case
Lien
first.
abatement is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No
We filed a
consideration.
proposed order, but I have one here if you want.
Take it.
Jeff, you can briefly respond
You
about.
may not.
Well-
This hearing is done.
She's asking for a sanction.
Deputy, remove her from my bench now.
Yeah, this guy literally thinks he is a king. He is literally treating his courtroom like it's his kingdom, and he is the king in charge. Oh yeah, God complex, absolutely. He should not be on the bench. He should be removed from the bench. He should be disbarred. He does not have the mental wherewithal to be able to facilitate his function as an arbiter of justice. Because what attorney would go into his courtroom and think that what defendant would go into his courtroom and think they're going to get a fair trial? I would love to know how many appeals were made that where the initial case was decided in this man's courtroom. How many appeals were registered with the state citing that the judge would refuse to listen to evidence, the judge refused to listen to attorneys, the judge refused to listen to testimony, and the judge basically acted like he had a God complex and refused to listen to anything? I would love to know the numbers on that, because I would hazard a guess that there's probably a lot. And this is not even the type of shit you see on TV shows. Even the TV show judges that are hard asses don't act this way. Even the hard ass TV show judges, they may be hard asses, but they still listen. They listen to all the evidence, and they're firm in their decisions, but they don't act like complete assholes like this guy does. He does not have the mental capability of functioning as a judge.
Your Honor, may I speak?
No, you may not. This hearing is over. Jesus Christ, these people today.
Like,
Step away. You're about to be cuffed.
Once again, you see this behavior from Judge Milliron where he's very petulant, he's very rude, he's very improper with these attorneys, and he's very short in all of his decisions. Once again, it seems to have a pattern of behavior with Judge Milliron.
Basically, he is a God complex asshole. Let me just break it the fuck down. Am I correct? Oh shit, I hit that toggle? Let's see. Oh! Sorry, Scout stepped on my fucking foot pedal that triggers the crying emote. I have a crying emote tapped into my foot pedal, and I think Scout stepped on it. She's been weaving around that. She's been weaving around on my feet. I did not realize that she triggered the crying emote. Yes, typical Orange Gap behavior. Absolutely. But yeah. What was I saying? Fuck, Scout, you made me lose track of what I was thinking about. Thank you so much, Scout.
Milliron. So when we look at what he's in trouble now for, it's even more misgivings. So we now have evidence that is showing us that Judge Milliron failed to file 2 required reports. So a campaign finance report and a personal finance disclosure report. He's facing up to $1,500 in mixed civil penalties and fines. So
see, that's not enough. That's not enough. So he's gonna get fined for $1,500. It's probably a drop in the bucket for him. He doesn't care. This is not going to change. This is not going to change anything. If anything, it's going to make him worse. This is not a punishment. Okay, this won't even hurt him. Like personal, yeah, maybe he's bought. Now, what I think should happen is this should basically expand out into a criminal investigation, and I think that some forensic accounting needs to be taking a look at his finances. Absolutely, I think is. But more than that, I think that there needs to be some kind of civil filing in how this man conducts himself in his courtroom. Because despite popular opinion, judges are not gods. Judges are not kings. Judges cannot do and say whatever the fuck they want when they're in their court. Leave us not forget, there was a judge that got in more serious trouble because he wore an Elvis outfit. When he presided over cases. There was a judge. This was like some months ago. I can't remember if he got a fine or if he was forced to step down or something like that. Let me look it up actually. But there was a judge. Hang on. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Yes, this is what I'm thinking of. Okay, here we go. There was, yeah, let me pull this up really quick. There was, we literally have judges that are forced to resign because he wore an Elvis wig in court. Okay, this man, all he did is he wore an Elvis wig, claiming that, he received discipline and he was forced to resign for an Elvis wig. And this judge had to step down because of it. Okay? Yet, this fucking guy doesn't have to do shit. This guy can act like a fucking wannabe king in his courtroom and nothing happens to him. I call fucking bullshit. I think that the judiciary should also discipline him beyond this campaign finance shit. The judiciary should absolutely discipline him for improper behavior, unbecoming of the judge, and he should be forced to resign too. This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. This judge does not have the fuck. I'm losing the fucking word. I'm so fired up. I'm losing the word. This judge does not have the mental maturity to be a judge, and should be like that other judge just for wearing a fucking Elvis wig. The decorum. Thank you. That's an excellent word. Yeah, this judge does not have the decorum to be a judge, and he should be forced to step down, just like that judge who was forced to step down simply for wearing an Elvis wig. He wasn't a bad judge. There was not a problem with how he was dispensing justice in his court. It was because he wore an Elvis wig in the courtroom that they said, oh no, that's too much. You have to step down. This judge is doing far worse by being a pure fucking asshat. he should be forced to step down too.
He's clearly, while he's demanding everybody else have everything in order and everybody else be perfect in his courtroom and make no mistakes, and he's not dealing with any of their bullshit, clearly he's got his own bullshit going on because he doesn't have his own paperwork in order, which is absolutely hilarious. But what will be even more hilarious is after these videos going viral and people seeing this and people seeing this conduct, is that anyone can file a complaint with the Texas State Commission on Judicial Conduct, the SCJC.
Do it. Anybody, I'm putting this call out. I don't know how many people this is going to reach. I'm going to put this call out. If anyone has been in this man's courtroom and been besmirched and smeared and sworn at by this judge, file a complaint. Absolutely, file a complaint with the Judicial Conduct or State Commission on Judicial Conduct. Absolutely, fucking everybody that has been in this courtroom and that has been yelled at or sworn at or disparaged or smeared, fucking do it. Because I guarantee you, this commission, if they get like 100 complaints rapid fire, they're going to go, wait a minute. What the fuck is going on with this judge that all of a sudden we're getting all sorts of complaints about him flying through here? We need to investigate, and then maybe they can force him to step down. Because obviously he doesn't have the proper character. His character is lacking when it comes to being a judge.
In Texas and can file a complaint. There may be a formal investigation. There's possible there could be a public reprimand. And I think in this case, that would be very, very much appropriate for Judge Milliron. So let's go to my judgment.
Yeah.
So the judgment actually becomes even more hilarious in that when a Texas attorney asked him to apologize to the IT worker, in return, the judge, in a petty, petulant, and improper way, threatened that attorney, saying that attorney was communicating ex parte, which means communicating with the judge without the parties present. That was absolutely ridiculous because that attorney that actually emailed them and said, hey, you should consider apologizing to the IT worker, had no cases in front of Judge Milliron. That's right. That attorney wasn't even in that court at all. But the judge was saying, you need to show up on April 9th and I'm going to punish you. I'm going to come here and punish you in the courtroom because I am the absolute dictator here. Absolutely petty, petulant behavior from Judge Milliron.
And I would actually speculate that it could be borderline criminal. That the judge is doing this. I would speculate that this judge is borderline, at minimum, borderline on infringing upon someone's civil rights. So at minimum, he's very, we're getting very close to criminality here because a judge is not a god. A judge is not a king. A judge just can't say, you have to show up in my court or I'm going to file a judgment against you because I'm pissed off at you. No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how judges operate. So by him doing this, he is literally towing the line and may have actually even stepped over of impinging upon this attorney's civil rights like this.
Now, this is an elected judge, so the people have the opportunity to vote this individual out in the future. But out beyond that, he does have the opportunity to be publicly reprimanded, for them to be some sort of censure of him, some sort of comment saying, hey, this is out of line, this pattern of behavior is not okay, and it's not falling in line with what Texas expects judges to do. And I think that's absolutely something that should be done because, in my opinion, this judge is clearly out of line and unprofessional, and this is a clear example of judicial misbehavior. But I want to know what you guys think about Judge Milliron. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.
This is just one example, but America needs to start locking down all of these insane judges. We have been seeing America has a very serious problem with the judges presiding over the courts in the country. We either have judges that are acting like they're dictators and gods in the courtrooms, or you have judges that are letting criminals go free because they don't want to hurt the criminals and fuck the victims. Like, seriously, the Department of Justice needs to start coming down like a goddamn hammer on these judges. There are so many fucking bad judges out there. I almost think that they need to clean slate the entire judiciary and reelect and reappoint judges. Because right now, The states has a very serious problem. It's why nobody thinks anything is going to get done. It's why nobody calls the police. It's why it's why anytime anybody gets in trouble, people are just like, okay, well, shit's not going to happen, so why should we care? It's because the judges don't fucking do anything anymore. The expectation now in the United States is the judges will protect the criminal and not the victim. And I'm sorry, that needs to stop. The federal judicial branch needs to come down like a goddamn hammer and actually start like and basically nuke all these judges and redo the judges. Get people in there that will actually administer fucking justice for once in God knows how many years. It's insane and it needs to stop.